Are you ready?
I'm just trying to not trip on stuff.
Hi. So.
Did you really start it? You did.
Yeah.
You're such a brat. You like to start it and not tell me.
Why? It's more fun that way. So we're gonna rate our favorite to least favorite episodes of Black Mirror. There are 23. I assume you have 23 on your list as well.
They're not numbered.
No, mine aren't numbered either, but I've counted them a few times.
Can you change this to numbered?
I don't know. I don't know how the system works.
You can make it colorful.
Do you remember what all the episodes are about?
Probably not.
All right, so I will do my best.
At remembering that.
I'll do my best to recall. Did you include Bandersnatch?
Yes. Yes.
There was an N at the start of the way you said yes.
I was pretty sure that I did, but I had to double check. Yes, it's on there. Right. It's been a while since I made the list.
So I'll go first.
Oh, I shut my list too.
I'll go first. Crocodile.
Yeah.
You need 2 T's and ditto.
Oh yeah.
That's Dido. Okay, so we both agree on 23rd being Crocodile. We're not aware of each other's lists.
No.
Serial killer lady, and there's so much promise at the start of the episode where they run somebody over and you're like, oh, okay, so we're gonna have a psychological thriller thing. No, it's just gonna be stupid. And we felt exhausted.
It didn't make sense.
We felt exhausted at the end of it.
There were a lot of Black Mirrors.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched Black Mirror and you're going to, just don't watch Crocodile. You
can watch it. It was still really interesting. To me, all of them were interesting. That was stupid.
A guinea pig.
That didn't make any sense at all. But
And
I think,
and she goes from I don't want to get caught to, well, gotta kill kids. It was Anakin Skywalker all over again.
That was terrible.
That was awful.
That was terrible. So, all of the Black Mirror episodes, I think, were interesting in their own way. They all had something that kind of made you think about the possibilities of whatever technology that they were dealing with in that episode. And you could tell that they were all within the same...
They're all in the same universe. Yes.
Because they were related.
Yes.
And we didn't watch all of them in the order they were released.
No.
We did kind of random order, and Shannon would go, okay, which one looks super dark? Are we ready for a super dark one? Do we want a lighter one? That's how we chose. But even then, it still made sense. They still did enough of the buildup of that technology that you understood it, even if there had been episodes that had that technology in it before.
Right.
But since we didn't watch it in order, like cookies, they used cookies in several episodes.
Yep.
Same with the little mind things. Bless you.
Thank you. Which is something Elon Musk must have seen in this and decided, this is a great idea. So Elon Musk is now bringing out the exact same thing.
He wants to make cookies. He apparently watched the episodes enough to get the idea, but didn't watch the whole episodes to realize how it can go wrong.
That it's a bad idea. So horrible. And the way he phrased it too is well, EI's going to replace us sooner or later, so let's speed up the process. Really? That's how we're going to phrase this? That's terrible. Okay, number 22. And I've seen this number 1 on a lot of lists.
Oh, okay.
I have. I've seen that number 1 on a lot of lists.
Okay, that wasn't mine.
Okay, so her number 22 is...
This is going to be hard to rate it on that side, eh?
Yes. Oh, okay, yeah. Shut Up and Dance.
Yeah. That one, that was a hard one.
Okay, so National Anthem is the first episode of the show. So it's the Prime Minister has to fornicate with swine
to
get a woman freed.
Released.
And it's just icky.
It's disturbing.
It's icky.
Yeah.
There's a lot of icky in there. And I'm not a... I get why people say it's a great episode, but it's just... I was really uncomfortable throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then the ending to me, I'm kind of like, really?
Yeah.
That's how we're ending this? That. It felt kind of like a cop-out. Kind of like, well, we'll just have this happen. Ah, there you go. It's all cop-out. Now, shut up and dance. You remember what that one is?
Yeah, that was about the boy.
Being trolled?
Yeah, being blackmailed.
Yes.
So they get a video of him, and so they're like, well, now you have to do this.
It's the idea that you're on your computer and the webcam records you doing something, and then a troll comes up and goes, hey, we saw what you just did, so you have to do something for us or we're going to release it. And they find out all this horrible stuff about people, and they have them doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it's just depressing.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Really? And that was one of those ones that just
and so many
people
went along with it.
Yes.
That really, would it be worse for them to release the video?
Well, in almost every case, they go to jail.
No.
In almost every case, they go to jail.
But not the boy. He wouldn't have.
The main kid?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he would have. That's illegal.
Am I not remembering everything?
Yeah, no, it was underage adult websites he was browsing.
Not the boy.
Yeah, the main kid. Yes. Yes, he was.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
he was.
I don't remember it being underage.
Oh, yeah. No, it was underage. That's why his mother called him freaking out.
Okay, I don't remember that part.
His mother wouldn't have been freaking out if it was just an adult website and he's releasing some tension. No, it was underage. It was the gross kitty stuff.
That is icky. I didn't remember that part.
Yeah, so at the end I was like, great.
But he was a kid himself.
So the protagonist, no, don't let him off the hook.
Oh, it's still gross, but
it was just, and his mother wouldn't have been calling going, what the hell?
Well, yeah, you would. If all of a sudden there's a video of your son online. Yeah. You'd be calling him like, excuse me.
It's icky, but it's not, and this was criminal. This was over of course, by that point, he's already up to his knees in illegals.
That's what I'm saying. It would have been better to just let him release the video.
21 for me, and I'm just gonna use the initials because it's the same as yours. Shut up and dance.
This is kind of funny. And mine, here, I'll do the initials. National Anthem.
The national anthem.
Yep,
so
that was mine.
we're almost in agreement on this. Pretty darn close.
Yeah.
So see, this is what I had predicted, that we're going to be close on this.
All the disturbing sex ones are at the end.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, number 20, and this one was just.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not mine.
Okay, so the Waldo moment, which is
the political one.
It's stupid. And that's the problem I had with the Waldo moment, was that it was dumb. And it wasn't funny.
No, I don't think it was supposed to be.
The Waldo character, but he should have been funny. People are all laughing, and I'm like, really? You're laughing? Oh, really? You had that one that low?
Yeah.
Oh, Smithereens, really?
Which one was that? I don't remember.
Smithereens is the one where the guy's in the car and he's going to shoot himself.
That's right.
Or he's going to shoot the guy in the back seat, and then he calls Topher Grace to fix it.
Yes.
I thought that was really interesting.
I don't like that one, but I like a lot of the actors in that one.
Yeah, Topher Grace, I didn't even recognize him at the beginning. I had no idea that it was Dumbass from that 70s show.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And so, yeah, the Waldo moment, though, which is political.
See, I thought it wasn't terrible. It was kind of interesting, and I could see how something like that could actually happen.
Wait, you think Elmo could become president or prime minister or
how he was going about it, like how he was just so brash and out there, kind of reminds me of certain other political things that actually happen, and people are like, yeah, he's telling it how it is. People would absolutely go for that,
I guess. And Smithereens is an episode about basically this guy's given up. His life is essentially over, and so he decides he's got to get the CEO of this company. What
he sees is the reason.
The reason is that people are distracted by their technology, and that it's getting people killed. It led to him accidentally killing somebody, and so he wants to get the CEO on the phone to talk to him about it, and stop this. You've got to stop this. And I enjoyed it. I did. I thought it was an enjoy. I didn't think it was that dark.
No, comparatively.
It was dark, but I thought the conversations between Topher God and him were really interesting, because somebody pointed out in a review that it kind of felt like a guy praying to God at the end, that it was him confessing to God before ending it.
Okay.
And I could see the resemblance in, he's out in the middle of nowhere and he's off and, oh, we need you right now.
Yep.
So, yeah. Number 19. Playtest.
Okay. Now I have... Oh, okay. I remember this one.
Metalhead.
I
Okay, yeah.
like that one.
So playtest. You have that ahead of Smithereens, though? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I just for me, between the two, I
know, again, I don't know. See, some of them, it was kind of hard to rate, because there were parts of it that was just interesting. The technology that they had, that's kind of an interesting idea, and how they're going about it.
Playtest, you have a guy who's testing a video game which is supposed to be like reality, and chaos ensues, and it ends up in a disaster. It's one of those dark episodes as well. I thought the video game was boring. I did. I thought, now I know they're supposed to be horrific, but I found it kind of boring. I had expected a little bit more. Maybe it's a limited budget, but I'd expect a little more than the episode actually provided. So I found myself kind of bored in certain parts of it. Whereas Metalhead, you have metal dogs that patrol the wilderness after some sort of disaster or something.
No. They were the guards for that storage area.
No, but they were everywhere.
Yes, but she was within the bounds of that storage area. She was still within that compound. So it was a fenced off area. There was woods around this storage thing.
It was just stupid.
And so they weren't patrolling the woods. They were patrolling that storage area. But once she did something, like it was,
because when something happens to that dog, then there's other ones coming. So it's like, oh, right.
Because they had a bunch of them guarding there.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. And then they don't really get into what they are or why they are or what's going on. But we know that they're hunting humans.
They're guards.
And I guess it's technology run amok. You don't really see where that technology comes from.
People, yeah. You didn't see the people even when she went into the house. You don't see people.
No, because they're dead.
But
everybody's dead.
It's what you have left.
Everybody's dead. Dogs. That's it. It's all over. Metal dogs. The end. And it wasn't one of my favorites either. Number 18.
Oh yeah. Okay, and I had...
Really?
Is there an S on there? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember which one that is.
My number 18 is White Bear, which is a theme park for the damned.
I wouldn't call it a theme park. I'd call it like a reality show.
It was a zoo for the damned.
It was a reality show.
For the damned. She is doomed to do this forever.
This reality show.
And she's this horrible person. And the problem I had with it was, okay, so you've erased her memory. So she doesn't remember any of that. So now it's just, it's sadistic entertainment. Towards the end
of the day, she does remember it.
Kind of.
As she went on through the day, she remembered more.
She has some flashbacks, but again, I don't know. I didn't. So this was my problem. I didn't feel bad for her, but I didn't feel great for anybody else in the episode either.
No.
I just kind of came out of that like, okay, so that's kind of stuff that happened. Striking Vipers is what if Mortal Kombat were VR and you could have sex.
Like that one.
And
that was weird.
It is weird. But I laughed a few times during it. It was funny. And I called it before it happened. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not. Oh, they are. Oh boy. I thought it was funny how you could see them having a scene where they're the characters in the video game, and you could see the game over sign in the background. I thought that was kind of funny. And then I kind of got into the thinking of, wait, so if it's on a server and nobody's actually fighting, do they know this is going on in their video game? Can they access what's going on in the
I'm
game?
sure.
Can they
Yeah.
can they go by IP addresses to see who like and I thought it was interesting and the ending I'm not a huge fan of the ending, but I thought it was entertaining enough that I have it higher than that. So I have it higher than that. Next up 17. I'm just going to rate the initials because you've already got it on there. Metalhead.
Okay. I have...
Really? Okay, so she has White Christmas, which is telling 3 different stories.
Yeah.
And weaving them together. And...
That was another one with the, like, cookies and in the mines.
Yes.
And in your
yes.
mines.
And it was interesting, and John Hamm, I thought, was fantastic in it. He's the one that goes in there to extract the information. Yeah. And then at the end, whoops.
And how, and the time just passes crazy.
And it's the idea, again, of cookies out of your mind, and it's a copy of yourself, and it has all of your memories. It knows you, and therefore, if your cookie confesses, that counts. Yeah. That counts. So it's a really interesting episode, I thought. Yvonne didn't agree with me on that one.
Well, it's interesting. Like I said, all of them, they're interesting.
But my Metalhead at 17
overall,
is close to
like
hers.
It was kind of sad.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of sad in here. 16, speaking of sad. Archangel.
Oh, yeah. And I had... Oh, I'm spelling that wrong, aren't I?
Nope.
What in the world? No, I am. Okay. That doesn't look right.
I know. Okay, so Archangel, which I was with it until the end. Archangel is the idea that you need to protect your children from things that scare them. So if they see something that scares them, it just blurs it out, which is a horrible idea. And if it's violent, if it's sexual, it just blurs it out, so they can't see it. Which means
like a parental warning in their head.
Right, and then you can record what they see, and you can watch what they see through their eyes. And so what it does is it creates a kid that's basically without empathy, who doesn't have any kind of interaction with people because she can't be normal. And it kind of, for me anyways, it kind of went off the rails towards the end. I thought that the ending was kind of off the rails, and again, you write something that's like this. I guess it's hard to come up with the great ending, but for me, the ending just it just blew it for me. And yours, Men Against Fire, which is where they perceive people to be monsters.
Yeah, that was the roaches one, right?
Yes.
So they did some... I don't remember how they did it. Didn't they put something in them or something?
It's all brains. It's all
and
messed
made
with
it
your brain.
So when they saw a certain race of people instead of people, they saw
lesser people.
Yeah.
People that society had deemed to be undesirable.
Right. They'd see them as these monsters so that they could go in and kill them and not have the empathy that they would if they were seeing them as actual people,
creating a society of elites.
Yeah, and there was a girl that somehow it stopped working. I don't remember exactly.
No, the guy had stopped working.
Was the guy stopped working?
Guy had stopped working, and he saw that they were real people, and then he has the choice of wiping his memory and going back to killing them, or stay imprisoned.
That's right.
So that's not a fun decision to have to make. And at 15, I have the one you just had, Men Against Fire.
And I had... Let's do... Waldo.
Oh, you have the Waldo one at 20? Or at 15?
15.
Okay, so... I... Really ahead of Men Against Fire?
Yeah, because that was disturbing.
Well, it was disturbing, but it was interesting too, because I wouldn't
All of them are.
I wouldn't put Men Against Fire and say that couldn't actually happen. That I couldn't see if that technology was available, that a government somewhere wouldn't go, if they didn't think they were human, we could really get their kill rates really, really high. So it's disturbing for me on that level. 14. So we can move ahead from that. Hated in the Nation for me. And for you. Same one?
Same one.
So Hated in the Nation, there's bees.
Yeah.
The mechanical bees.
Yeah.
And whoever is most hated on social media, they'll go and kill that person. So if you don't like somebody, just throw a bunch of shade at them. And these bees will know and they'll go and kill them. And once every 24 hours.
Yeah.
And then eventually they attack all of Britain. So eventually there's a virus in there that they attack all of Britain. I thought it was interesting. It's a long episode. That was, I think, that's the one that was almost an hour and a half. It was a long episode. So when they talk about Bandersnatch being a movie, I'm like, yeah, that was a movie, but Hated in the Nation was pretty close. And so was the Ashley 2 episode is close to being a movie as well.
Yeah, that one was pretty long.
But Hated in the Nation, we're getting into episodes now that I thought were pretty fun. And I mean, it's a dark ending, but you kind of had to have a dark ending in that
almost one. All of them have a dark ending.
No, they don't.
I said almost all of them.
No, not entirely.
That would be what almost means. Brat.
Thank you. Okay, I'll try to make sure there is room.
It's going to be hard to write load down.
Okay, number 13, The Entire History of You.
I had... Where am I? Oh, yeah.
Oops, sorry, Shadow.
That's a really awkward angle.
Sorry.
Okay. What did... Crap, I forgot.
I don't know. How would I know? You're telling me not to look at your list.
I know. No cheating.
Oh, okay, so you got playtest at 13. I have The Entire History of You. Wouldn't you like it if you could replay all of your memories?
Nope. No. Because it would happen just like what happened in the show, that you go play back that, what did he say to me?
You go, wait, was she flirting with, okay, yeah, I saw it, okay, what happened? And then you can go back to something that happened a year ago, 2 years ago, you go back to whatever you want, and it's dangerous.
Super over-analyzed thing. That would be awful.
This episode showed me that the actress who plays the Doctor currently, her name's escaping me.
Oh, yeah.
She's fantastic.
Yes,
she was really, really good in this, and it was honestly a really good episode. Kind of a dark ending, but I keep saying that because why not? But that was a fun episode.
She's in
on some level
too.
Yes, she is.
Pretty awesome.
Yes, but yeah, The Entire History of You. We're into episodes now that I like. I would say anything for me above 16 were into episodes that I enjoyed watching for the most part, and I can't really pick them apart. So number 12.
Oh, that one.
Be Right Back.
Yeah. This is hard to write low like this.
Remember, if I already had it, you could just write WB if you wanted to. So she's got White Bear at 12, so she's wrong.
Such a brat.
I have Be Right Back, which is a very good episode. Haley Atwell is fantastic in this. And it asks the question of, if your loved one passes away and you have a chance for a synthetic version of that same loved one, would you take it? Because they've got their personality somewhat. Again, they go from their social media. They go from... Well, not quite. They don't actually use his brain. They use everything he's written,
and turns
everything he's done, and tried to make it a personality along with his voice, and then eventually his body as well. I thought it was really funny that she had sex with him a lot. It's kind of like, okay, so she figured out that part of everything works really well. I'm a huge Haley Atwell fan. She knows this. I might have mentioned it during the episode. So this episode for me was a fun one, and I thought she did quite well.
So sad. Oh my goodness.
Yes, it is sad because once it hits her, what she's doing,
Right.
It's horrible. But you can kind of understand because she's so torn up about it.
Absolutely.
And yet she doesn't want to let anybody know. By the way, I have a synthetic version of my husband upstairs. Would you like to see it?
Keep him in my attic.
Yeah, he just hangs around because you
never know
why
when
not?
you need him.
So that one's weird.
Yeah.
So White Bear we've already gone over.
Yeah.
Now we're up to 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so at 11 I have Smithereens. So I have the one about the guy who's calling Topher Grace, who's basically God for all intents and purposes in that episode. And she has Archangel as 11. Yeah. So the ending didn't bother you?
Oh, the ending of most of these bothered me.
So the girl ends up thinking she's killed her mother when
really
she didn't.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Disturbing, yes. But again, most of these are disturbing.
See, and to me, Smithereen's kind of that same idea that it's a downer, but at the same time it's really interesting in why he does the things he does.
Yeah. Oh, it's trying to move my thing.
So at number 10 for me, I have White Christmas because John Hamm is a delight.
I have...
Isn't it Merits?
Is it? I don't remember.
I have it written down as Merits.
I probably do too. Yeah, I do.
It's Merits.
Yep,
not credits. Credits. Who uses credits?
Okay, 15 million Merits.
So for me, I have White Christmas at 10 because I thought it was really well done, and John Hamm is fantastic. 15 million Merits is the idea of, okay, so you're kind of a slave to the machine, literally.
Yeah.
And what would you do to get free of the machine? And the one girl who I was really interested in her character, and then I'm like, really? Oh, no. And she ends up taking a life in adult film because she doesn't want to be
just going on a treadmill all day every day.
So it's kind of like America's Got Talent, but wrong.
Yeah.
Very wrong. And it's a fun little episode, and I really liked. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. The one from Get Out was in that.
Yeah.
So, and he was fantastic. So very good episode. No problem with that one. For me at 9, and again this is one you had lower down. Striking Vipers. The guys having sex in Mortal Kombat. I thought that was funny. Especially when they try to kiss in real life to see whether or not they are actually interested in each other.
And nope. Okay. Entire History of You.
Entire History of You.
Yep.
Okay. Wait, you still haven't done... Oh, yeah, you did National Anthem right there. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, the pig thing?
You liked the pig one? No.
So, yeah, we're in disagreement on some... Because I thought Striking Vipers was funny. When the two guys decide to kiss in real life to see, is it? No.
Nope,
and then they have a fight. Because that's what guys do.
You're stupid.
You're stupid, and then they have a fight. Because, okay, we're straight. It's time to fight. There's kissing and there's fighting. That's it. That's all men can do. That's why there's so many bar fights, because they're secretly attracted to each other, but they can't admit it.
Yeah, that's right. That's how it happens.
For me, at number 8, just double checking my counting. I'm really glad Lily Bell isn't wrecking anything in that corner. It's just cardboard.
I was going to say, it sounds
so
like
I have 15 million Merits at number 8.
I have...
Oh, Black Museum. Black Museum is excellent. Black Museum is... it's kind of weird. It kind of feels like it should have been a clip show. It kind of feels like a clip show in that it's all these little little stories, but they build to something.
Yeah.
So this black girl, her car breaks down, and I can say that because it's part of the storyline. And then she goes into this museum, and he's got all of these weird, macabre things in this museum, which nobody's in.
Like that fits for all
and
the other episodes.
Yeah, it gets into, like, for instance, the company he worked for shows up in other episodes That same name of a company shows up in other episodes. The tech he talks about shows up in other episodes.
The hospital.
It ends up in the Miley Cyrus episode. It's in that too. So it's very interesting, and it gets into some really disturbing areas, as the show tends to do. And then there's a really nice revenge story at the end.
Really nice.
I thought it was great. I cheered. I cheered.
Well, yes, I wouldn't consider it a really nice ending.
Oh, I did. I thought it was great. Because it turns out that this girl knew what she was walking into, and she's going to take it to the guy who has the museum. Yeah. And, it's just beautiful. It's fantastic. So much so that I have it at number 7 on my countdown. Black Museum. Fantastic episode.
I have...
Bandersnatch. So Bandersnatch is choose your own adventure in a movie. Although some of the choices you make have no bearing on the movie. Yeah. Other than the character that you're controlling starts to figure out he's being controlled because you made those decisions.
Yeah.
We
watched it a couple times.
Yes, we watched it twice. Well, technically, we went through almost every ending.
Except for one. We missed one.
There's one we missed.
Because we pushed the wrong button.
Yeah. Yeah. So
but then we'd have to watch the whole thing over to catch it again.
Yes. And I wasn't ready to do that again.
We might have to do it another time, though.
Bandersnatch tells this fantastic story, and it's twisted, and it's messed up, and it's interesting because it's just the guys developing a video game called Bandersnatch. Bandersnatch is supposed to be a demon. The demon shows up twice.
Based on a book.
And it's not a character.
And it's not in each version of the story either. No. Depending on what you select, it can be not in the show.
Yes. And you can have a really bland ending. But if you get the bland ending, it goes, do you want to try it again? And it shows you where to back up to change the ending. Yeah. And then you click yes. Very enjoyable experience, Bandersnatch. I know it got some poor reviews, but I don't know what people were looking at because I enjoyed it. Number 6 for me. Tell them you're busy. YouTube business. Oh wait, I gotta clean that up a bit. Hang the DJ.
And I had... This is where I had the Be Right Back.
Oh, Be Right Back. Okay. So I had it at 12. She has it at 6.
Yeah.
Hang the DJ is a story of a couple that falls in love, but there's a timer. There's a timer on every relationship.
Yeah.
At the start of the relationship, you get your timer and you go, it's 12 hours. Oh, it's a year.
It's kind of like online dating, but instead of...
Take it to a ridiculous extreme.
Yeah. You're like in it, and it tells you who you're going to be with. You're going to meet this person this long. And you're going to be with them for this long. And through doing that, they're supposed to be able to figure out your perfect match. So you can be with the person for a couple hours or have to be with them for a very long time.
I had to laugh when the protagonist in this is stuck with the girl he doesn't like. So he was eating garlic. Yeah. Because he didn't want to have anything to do with her.
Yeah.
And then when she got mad at him about it, he was just stuffing his face with it. Yeah. It was great. Yeah. And I've been in that situation where you're with somebody you're like, and I can't imagine having a timer say you have to be there for a year. Oh my God, that would just be awful. So, yeah, that was a very entertaining episode. Number 5 for me. Number 5 for me is Bandersnatch. So we're close on that one. You're putting that one in the wrong spot. Okay.
It's not my fault if you're wrong.
Can't be wrong, I'm a boy.
Which automatically makes you wrong.
No. Yes. So USS Callister, you spelled it wrong, it's 2 L's.
Did I?
I'll
fit it in there.
USS Callister is, in short, fantastic. They have the creepy guy from everything he's in. He's the creepy guy.
Yes.
And
I don't think he can play a normal guy. I don't think he can.
He's less attractive Matt Damon.
Always...
He looks like Matt Damon, but it's off. And
he's
just
always like the bad guy, the weirdo.
Yeah.
The weirdo.
He was in Game Night.
Creepy.
Game Night, he's a creepy guy in Game Night.
Yes.
And
he's in a few as the creepy guy.
Yeah, and that's basically it. You could just put him in the credits as a creepy guy and people go, "Oh, I know who you're talking about."
Yeah, him.
So what he does is he gets your genetic material, your DNA, and he takes it and he puts it in this game on his computer, and your
cookie.
your other your everything about you will go into this game, physically everything, but it's not really you.
But they think it is. You feel like you.
Yes. And so while he's there, they live out Star Trek adventures on this USS Callister. They just don't, USS Callister, they don't call it Star Trek because copyrights. And because some of the stuff that goes on in this episode, I don't think the Star Trek people will be happy with. But, oh my God, it's so entertaining. I laughed so hard through that episode. That is just, it is one of the, I could watch it again. It was really, really funny. And then the way that the crew of captive copies of people figure out to outsmart him, I thought was really, really well done. Because I was worried right up till the very last second. I'm like, oh God, they're not going to get out and it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
Because again, what gets set up in this show all the way through is don't feel safe. And that's one thing I love about Black Mirror. It doesn't let you feel like you're safe. Because in some of these episodes where you start to breathe a little bit, then something happens. You go, oh crap. I knew it.
And it just goes.
I knew it. Okay, number 4. I'm going to shorten this up. Rachel, Jack, and Ashley too.
Okay, I'm going to spell this wrong if I don't. Got it.
Rachel, Jack, and Ashley too. That's the Miley Cyrus episode that everybody's been unhappy with. I don't know why.
I thought that one was so funny. We were laughing.
It is so awesome. And I've done a video on this channel about it. When the doll starts swearing.
It was so funny.
It was absolutely amazing. And it was some of the funniest stuff I've ever heard. And Ashley doesn't talk like that. Yeah, I do. Like, it was just great. All the way through. And again, it comes down to cookies and all this. Again, if you watch these in order, everything that happens in the Rachel, Jack, and Ashley 2 episode, there's a lot of callbacks to previous seasons. It's done really well. It's seamlessly put in. You notice, too, that the video footage on TV is harkening back to old episodes, too. Like, Hated in the Nation is shown on TV in this one. Mm-hmm. So, where remember the one rapper guy was making fun of the kid that was trying to sound like him?
Oh, yeah.
They show that in this episode. Where, he's in trouble because he said, I'm like, oh, okay, so Hated in the Nation's at the same time as this is going on. And I thought it was really fun. Now, San Junipero, you remember that one.
I do. That was the couple, right?
Yes.
Where, gosh, how do you even explain it? It's another one with the cookies.
It throws you off.
And it takes, like, the whole episode for you to figure out what's actually going on.
Because it keeps skipping decades.
Yeah, so all of a sudden it's the same people, and now you're over here, and now you're in this period. And so we were talking the whole time watching this episode, just, okay, what is going on?
Because it was 80s, 90s.
Are these memories?
Yeah.
Are these... Yeah, what is it? And that's one of the few that had, like, a really good happy ending.
This one, yeah. It has a really fun ending, and I think that's where Elon Musk got his idea of, that's such a happy ending. We got to do that.
Right, he must have
Let's just put everybody on the cloud.
Episodes.
Everybody goes on the cloud, and we'll all live forever. That's the plan.
Yeah, so it was a pretty sweet movie.
No, if it's a copy of me, it's not me, so that's not the same thing. But San Junipero, I agree. That one's fantastic. That's why I have it at 3.
It was an interesting one. That a lot of these, while we're watching them, we're talking to each other and trying to figure out what's going on, what'll happen. And that's when we were just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
That one was a really hard one to figure it out until the end. And then you're just like, oh.
Yeah, San Junipero is a really fun episode.
Okay, and then
Careful. Yeah, that's that. I trip over that a lot.
I'm sure.
Okay, so Hang the DJ is her third favorite, my sixth favorite. We're right about in the same area on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't differ all that much on
I
this.
know, ours all stay quite close.
Yeah. So I don't really need to say a whole lot about that because we've already discussed those. Number 2.
I saw this coming.
Nosedive.
Yep.
Nosedive is so fun because Bryce Dallas Howard is fantastic. She is one of the best actors. She's awesome.
In a few movies
she can play a ditz. She can play somebody who's really intelligent. And in this movie, she kind of plays a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It's all about social status. So if you want to go somewhere, you have to have a certain social status to get on this plane. Oh, your likability is really low. Why is that? So as you meet people, you give them a happy face or a sad face. And so if she's working at a restaurant and I'm her client, she gave me good service or she didn't give me good service. So that it affects your standing and they treat you poorly.
So it makes everybody fake.
Yes.
Everybody's fake because everybody's just like, hi.
And then the fakest of fake in this is played by Alice Eve. I love Alice Eve. There's not enough wonderful things I can say about how fantastic she is. And in this show, it was really right up her alley. This was just perfect. I don't think she's anything like that in real life. But man, she could turn on that fake blonde happiness and then when she turns towards the end, yeah, we can see that coming. And as Bryce Dallas Howard gets lower and lower and lower, and you go, you know what?
Starts getting ridiculous.
And she starts swearing and getting angry, and it's fantastic. That's an episode I would love to see like a continuation. Let's see what happened after she stopped caring. Because at the end of the episode, she's talking to another young gentleman, and they're cursing and swearing at each other, and yelling at each other. And all I said to her was, they must have had sex after that. I don't think there's any way you don't, because they were really enjoying the yelling and swearing at each other. Because in this society, you can't be real. She runs across a truck driver at one point who's had a rating of 20 or something like that. It was really bad, really low. And she's like, I just don't care. So that's why everybody gives me bad ratings. I don't care. I gave up and I don't care. I used to care and I don't anymore, so whatever. And it was really, really funny. So we both agreed on that one.
Yeah, that one was fun.
Now, for me, the USS Callister was the best. That episode, the ending of that episode, I laughed so hard. And for her, number 1 is Rachel, Jack, and Ashley
Cyrus
too.
One.
The Miley Cyrus episode.
That one was funny.
Oh, it was hilarious. And I've seen all the negativity towards it online, and I don't understand it at all.
Because it was funny compared to the others, and because
it does kind of stand out because it is funny. That second half is hilarious, but still, it did build on the rest of the world stuff that's going on. And it's kind of timely in that, there's rumors that this is supposed to sort of show you how Britney Spears' life is supposed to be. That there's been rumors for years that Britney is kind of under control of her mother, and there's stuff going on there that shouldn't be. So Miley being in this is not a coincidence. She's yelled "Free Britney" at concerts. It's not a coincidence she's in this, and it's a lot of fun. And for me, the USS Callister.
And her cover of the 9 Inch Nails song was pretty fun.
Oh my God. Her cover of Head Like a Hole is fantastic.
That's pretty fun.
Absolutely perfect.
As soon as that started, I was like, wait a second.
We both did that. We both went, are they trying to say this is an original song? Because that sounds
I was like, that's definitely a cover. And you were like, that's definitely a cover.
Yeah.
How much are they going to
And it didn't take very long for us to figure out it was Head Like a Hole.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm going to get what I deserve, I'm like, oh, come on. That's Head Like a Hole. And Trent Reznor was actually working with the show on the covers. Every lyric you hear in that show is from a 9 Inch Nails song.
Which is
like when she's playing at the piano.
Yeah.
I didn't know that one, but
it's pretty fun.
Yeah, that was a good episode. And it showed that for people who say that Miley can't act, she absolutely can. And she's actually a pretty decent singer. And I know that there's people who don't agree with that, but she is. When she's actually singing, not doing the pop princess stuff. Because I remember when she was younger and she used to just perform with the acoustic and stuff, and she was fantastic. So it's there.
I don't remember that at all.
Whereas with Britney, It's not. It's auto-tuned
It's
and
not my type of music at all.
It's bad.
So.
I mean, I've got her greatest hits because there's some really catchy stuff in there. And Toxic is an Earth classic. Remember?
I do
Doctor
remember.
Who, Earth classic.
I do remember.
So.
I do remember.
Yeah, there you go.
For the most part, that's not what I listen to.
All right. So there you go. We have done our countdown of our 23 favorite episodes because there's only 23 episodes of Black Mirror. Let me know your favorites in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much. If you got all the way through this, thank you. I'll talk to you again soon.